Final round, back nine. It's time to decide a winner at the Bottle Lake Open. Brought to you guys by Idio Sports and the PDGA. I'm Luke Humphries, joined in the booth by Mr. Tall Paul Oman, who is on a 6 birdies in a row streak.
The putter's getting hot.
Indeed it is. 6 in a row, man.
Yeah.
Any course, any place, doesn't matter where it's at, it's got to feel nice.
Yeah.
Francis,
I love birdies.
he's riding the roller coaster, and it's a tie at the top. Levi and I having ourselves an old-fashioned battle right here.
And I got front row seats.
Jackson Sullivan coming on strong, 4 through 11. Jacko, great player, one of New Zealand's finest. He's honestly one of the godfathers of disc golf here.
Yeah, I love to see it. Finding his game here at Bottle Lake. Number 10, short par 3, 253, just a slight left to right.
Been playing the easiest on the course thus far through 2 rounds. Just asking for the bird. I was a little worried about that one out of the hand, kind of high.
Yeah, and wide too. I was wondering how I ended up a little farther away than I thought. I was drifting to the right, caught a little tree. Still got a putt opportunity.
This is perfect.
I love watching this disc fly.
I don't think he's missed landing in a birdie position with that disc the entire tournament.
As soon as it gets past the trees, it just knows its job, breaks right.
I'm going standstill. A3 right in front of that tree.
Great execution.
Yeah. Feels nice.
Francis seeing your line, he's thinking, forehand looks good to me too.
Yeah, he's been throwing this thing great all week. A little tighter than mine.
Good ground reaction.
Super nice.
We got it surrounded.
All right. There's just that one thing to get 7 straight.
Fire in the eyes.
Dude, Cash. Your 7th in a row is the purest of them all.
That one felt good.
On the stripe. High in the helix.
Looking for as many slow-mos as I can get.
It's a good putt. Levi about 22 feet. Yep.
Cash.
And at that point, I started to feel like a star frame.
Francis finding the bottom of the basket for bird. Just one more. Closest one of all. We're cruising.
Yeah, everybody grabbing a piece of it. Headed into probably the tightest one on the course. I think there's some other gaps that are just like a single gap. This one's kind of a hallway down that side.
Yeah.
Works great for a forehand. Catch me never throwing a backhand, like I said, first round.
Yep, I broke a putter on this in one of the rounds.
So you're going with a forehand?
Looking for some airspace that might not have been looking at in the beginning of that shot.
I've seen it, though. If you just, you early release it just a bit, it actually accesses that middle gap perfectly, and I've seen park jobs both days with that gap.
I got a hefty skip out of mine.
That was an immediate tug from Levi. Luckily, kicks to the right. OB is left.
See how the master does it.
Going back to that A3. Early release. Trying to find that tall Paul gap right there.
You got a little slower disc, so you get a little better ground play.
Not as
less
hot of a skip, yeah. And that's a lot of... Okay, he's going with a Zeus. And he was trying to find our gap, too.
Yeah.
hits a little bit early. That was the speed of the disc just getting to that tree that I was cut in front of. This is a crazy spot. Almost an instant bogey from over here.
What is he looking at? Good ground play.
Pork job.
Just a little T-bird through the woods.
Even smaller than it looked from my view.
No run from Francis. A little deeper than he wanted to be, but...
You going Anheuser here?
Yeah, I'm trying to hit every putt at this point. I thought it was good extension.
It was.
Need a little more.
Somehow you got to the right side of that basket, too. All right, here's opportunity to grab a stroke.
A little pushy.
What is that? Come on, man.
That's where it goes.
Just letting opportunities pass by. So it's going to be a par frame here on the hard 11th.
Great up and down from Levi. He could have ended up
Incredible.
little.
Oh, I mean, if he had hit
trouble.
early, it wasn't a guaranteed bogey.
Yeah, that was the worst kick you can get there, other than the LB, I guess. But on to 12, par 3, 235, tight gap off the tee. Just a hallway of trees to deal with.
I think that this gap is the closest gap to the tee box as well. It's just right there in
Right
front
up
of you.
on you.
12 feet away. You know if you made it or missed it instantly.
And this thing, I get it on a nice hyzer angle, soft hyzer angle, but it starts to stand up a bit earlier than I want. Catch an early tree. It's still on the dance floor, or near it. Mid-range play from Levi.
Yeah, going back to that magma
Yeah.
Kotuku.
Drifting right on him as well, catching early wood.
I'm in between backhand and forehand here. Going with an understable A3. I know that I can hit this thing flat and it'll give me a little turn. Just
right.
a little.
This is a great shot. Good play. You were comfortable with it. It kind of broke my brain, but I'm starting to believe.
I just wasn't trying to turn my back to that gap. Francis high and hyzered, but still flying. Getting into the circle, no less.
Punches through. A little bit of relief on his face there.
Pretty high putt. I don't know if he was trying to run that or...
I'm not sure. He's checking his base plastic there, though. He hit that tree hard.
Dude, that disc is so wonky. I can't believe it flies so good for him. Stop it. No, you didn't. I didn't see that in real time.
I was feeling myself.
You gave him the shimmy shake?
Look at this. Slow mo's. Oh, yeah.
Wow.
The crowd
Putting
was
on a
great
show,
today.
dude. Yeah,
The crowd was great today.
You're 8 for 9. 8 for your last 9.
He knows that's a costly mistake at this point in the round. This is a 235-foot birdie hole. You are very close to the basket.
Yeah. Francis grabbing the bird with not the best tee shot, but that's how this course works sometimes. And disc
That's how
golf.
the game works, yep. You get yourself an opportunity, you better capitalize. Picking up 2 on Levi here. That's huge.
Yeah. It is, man. Hole 13, looking to get it just over this berm. Kind of slide down that hill. If you carry the berm, you risk going OB.
Yep, that pine straw is going to send you right. out back.
Mr. 8 for 9 gonna start us off. Putter?
Yeah, just trying to keep the same hand in the same disc in my hand here and stay comfortable. I guess it's getting a little flippier than I thought.
Yeah, I got that nose down just a little bit, drove it into the pine straw and slowed it down. You still have a putt, though.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep that on a hyzer angle for most of the flight, though, and it tipped on me to the right.
Threw this one good last hole. I'm thinking the same thing.
I love this shot. If I could throw this shot comfortably.
Why is it so high, though? Yeah.
It's a common putting area on this hole.
It is. It is. You see so many people right up there by those two trees. About 40, 45 feet. Yep. OB just staring at you if you airball it.
Francis. Just continuing to ride the roller coaster. It's one thing, these holes are very short, but you catch that first available, you got work to do.
You're not in the hallway anymore.
No.
Proper height right there. Carries it over that hill. Still leaves himself a circle's edger, but it's the best look of the group.
Absolutely. That's what I'm talking about.
Wow. Really actually lucky to get to where he got to there.
Yeah.
Inside that first tree.
He had to hit that thing on the knee. It's tough to generate some power.
Yeah, this is a sketchy one to run. Hard to do. Hard to bring your body to do it.
Yep. And hard to tell your brain not to do it.
Mm.
I'm just feeling so comfortable on the putting surface. No reason to lay up. I didn't even realize I'm 2 back from Levi at this point.
Wild. Yeah, looking at these scores, I mean, you're not checking, I'm not checking. We're all just kind of feeling it out.
It's the most free golf I've played.
This was a tailwind until I stepped up, and then it became a headwind, which made me not want to run this thing. To get one back.
Yep, he's looking his chops here. He's been hitting this putt all weekend.
On the stripe, perfect pace. Getting one of those strokes back that he just lost. I mean, it's been a crazy battle thus far. Strokes going both ways.
I had no idea where you guys were at. I just knew you guys were playing some golf. Good golf, and a couple mistakes were made, but...
An important part of getting a PDJ membership is helping grow the game. Membership dollars are used to bolster competition of all levels, from local C-tiers to majors. Tools like Digital Scorecard and Tournament Manager help events run seamlessly. Your PDJ membership also gives you access to Disc Golf Network coverage for select events and a 50% discount to their full coverage package. Help grow the sport and get started today. Visit pdga.com/join.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Headed into 14. Par 3, 312. Another one that you just want to get over that hill. Let your disc kind of skip back down towards the basket. It works great for a forehand. I know you disagree.
A lot of controversy on that statement.
14 has been a controversial hole. Look at that.
Retuning.
Yeah, a little bending of the disc. And a pretty good result for how high that thing was out of the hand. This is actually, we've got a little bit of a headwind, so any hyzer that you're throwing is going to lift as it flattens. Worth noting, it's a good hole to throw a flat release, let the disc break on its own. Oh, dang. That was skipping all the way down there.
Wouldn't mind to see that finish.
She was going to shimmy. All right, so I deciding between the flat release in my left hand and the hyzer release in my right hand. Just as I told you guys, it's a flat release hole. The hyzer launches into the air.
Really getting those legs into it.
And I'm just like, dude, you knew you had to throw the flat release.
Francis following you with the forehand. Zeus.
And I think that was like 3 feet low.
Man, you gotta think he catches that hill just a bit higher and he's filtering right to the basket. Just gets a straight skip with a little nosy skip, actually.
I'm going A3, just...
This was great.
Yeah, cruising it around.
Way to use the hill.
None of us playing a very good shot here.
Yeah, getting some reactions we weren't really looking forward to.
Yeah, it's not the easiest hole on the course. I'm not saying we all should have birdied, but somebody you'd think would be up there.
It's that tree's fault. The shape was right.
Yeah, and you were making sure you were going to get it high, right? That's what that...
Definitely.
That
A little
high
too much
extension.
pace, I think. It maybe a little slower might have dropped for me, but moving on. Couple par cleanups.
Yeah,
I like that stylish drop in from Francis.
dude, we're headed into one of the craziest holes on this course, too. Par 4 that is eagleable. It's only 380 feet, and they've got a Twizzler in the dead center.
The Twizzler hole.
This one's crazy. You can go anything from putter, just to stay in the middle, to a fairway, trying to get all the way down to the green.
Oh yeah, pick your poison. How aggressive do you want to get? OB running down the right side.
This kid's been trying to get aggressive.
A little batch of water behind the tee pad.
Fairway driver, aiming for the left side of that tree.
And he draws it up perfectly.
Dude, he gets a nice skip down there, too.
He's got just relief on his face. The last 2 rounds, he's just squared the Twizzler perfectly.
Man, you threw a great one here yesterday. We didn't see it on our coverage, but this Thunderbird got all the way down there.
Yeah, I think I let that footing get into my head a little bit. Either that or I just saw Levi's shot and was still blown away.
So I didn't practice this backhand one time this week, but with Levi all the way down there in eagle position, I'm like, dude, you got to copy that. So I go feedback.
Almost identical, just a bit higher. Getting a beautiful little skip filtering through the trees. You guys are stoked.
Yeah, getting the knucks from the crew right there.
All the distance on that shot.
I mean, I hadn't really seen one go all the way down, and we just saw 2. Terrible second kick.
Yep, he knows what's over there. Absolutely
Nada.
nothing. Like a forehand roller or something.
You going Halo Valk forehand?
Just trying to find the right shape.
It looked like it was super close to freeing up from those trees and full flighting.
Probably didn't need to get that aggressive. Just execute for the par.
Well, at this point, you fought all the way into contention, essentially. So no laying up now. Not a ton of progression there from Francis, and just a pitch back into the fairway for that third. So his par now going to take place about 150 down the fairway. First, we got you. Nice. Wow.
Looked strong, but
It got pretty far.
put it in the right direction.
Francis just trying to get under the basket, minimize the damage, take the bogey.
Yeah, this one you just really have to use the fairway. There's nothing off to the left and right.
All right, Levi Stout dropping to a knee to give this eagle bid.
He knows that's a big eagle.
Huge eagle, man. Are you kidding me?
And you've got he knows you're closer than him as well, so he's got to give this thing a good bid. And
Not an ounce of wobble on that disc, just a pure putt. And to my knowledge, the first eagle that's been carded on this hole this week. So my putt just got 10 feet further.
why are you not taking it from a knee like Levi? 2 eagles. Unbelievable, man. And the battle continues.
Yeah, shouldn't have even been in that position if it wasn't for Levi absolutely threading that fairway. I'm not doing it either. So
Were you playing the forehand on that hole?
Yeah, I was playing the A3 forehand to stay in the fairway. Yeah, I laid up out of bounds yesterday.
Oof. That's the trouble. Just gun it.
There we go. In for par, which isn't a bad score on this hole.
No, I was stoked. No bogeys.
There we go. 3 holes left to decide this thing. Hole 16, 302, OB long, double Mando as well. And like you mentioned yesterday, the gap is further from us than it is really on any other hole.
Right.
It's a tricky thing that they added into the back nine. It's perfect. Really got to commit to the angle here. And with the blue disc in his hand, he doesn't miss with his Magma Kotoku.
Oh, and he knows it's game time right now. Just a great line. Coming up just a bit short, but just absolutely striped it.
Bro, kid's putting the pressure on me. I'll feel it too.
Oh. Oh.
One of the best breaks of my week right there.
Wow. You got farther than he did, and he used the fairway.
Or mid-range. Yeah, he went mid, I went putter. Looks like you're going with that disc you've been...
Yeah, I'm going. This is a KC Pro AVR. I'm just looking to hit this thing hard on a hyzer angle and get it to flat. Maybe give Bob some fireworks.
Oh. As bad a kick as...
Maybe not mad at it, honestly. There's OB right behind the basket. You never know
Yeah.
what could have happened there.
If you would have flat skipped off something and just
Yeah.
kind of launched. No trees, that's parked. Just started out a little left for Francis. Luckily, he stays in the middle. And his little forehand upshot game has been solid all week. This is a little leaked over there, though. Not too bad.
Yeah, been high.
Look at this kid. Just stands up to the putts, cheesing. Like,
Everybody was loving this battle, too, man. You could just feel it. Coming into these last few holes, and Levi not letting up.
nasty putt from Levi.
I've noticed he was first on the tee on the hole before, first to putt. He's first on the tee on this hole, first to putt.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I mean, he's throwing good shots, too. He's putting the pressure.
You're feeling it all.
I am. I had to step off this one. Little girl running around in the background, so I've been... Okay. Yeah, I did. I walked off. Been standing here for a minute or so now. Not optimal, but I'm ready to cash this thing.
Oh. A little teeter-totter action. Yeah, let's get this in slow-mo.
Heisering back in. Sits on the rim.
My goodness.
That one hurts. Thank you for slow-moing that, Gabe. There it is.
Water stays hot.
You've just been dropping them into the basket, too. I guess not all of them, but many of them have just been perfect pace.
I struggled yesterday. I was really trying to focus on that before the round today in the warm-up area.
It falls further down than all other baskets. I've probably tried to grab disc out of the basket 10 times this week and haven't done it. 356, probably the most wide open hole we've got. The distance has to be perfect.
Absolutely.
You're getting some ground play too, so plan on it.
This is that Tara ET from Levi, and it is thrown magnificently. Great speed control, plays the ground well with just a bit of edge to let him skip. It's a great shot. I want to do the same thing.
A little wider, a little higher, but it's looking good. Ooh, we kind of thought it may have jumped at the basket.
Once we got up there, I realized it wasn't even close, but, I think the crowd enjoyed it.
Going 500 feedback. This one's pretty stable. Ooh, but it just flips immediately on me. And I slide into the spot that you don't want to be.
Messing with a little bit of that distance control we were talking about.
Yeah.
Just that wall of trees surrounding the basket.
All right, so this is a mid-range here from Francis. I didn't realize he went mid.
Oh, wow. Absolutely smacks it.
He really did.
He's not going to get much ground play with the mid, but he did a lot of the work.
I love
here.
that play now that I'm looking at it because it stays short. As long as you're 20 feet short of the basket, you'll always have an open putt.
Absolutely.
And I'm looking at this little window right here.
I felt bad. I thought you had a much better window, and when I got over there, I realized you didn't get as much distance to the back of that.
Yeah. I had to straddle out into it. I had to put a little hyzer on it as well. And that right to left wind raised my putter immediately out of my hand.
He's under the basket.
Yeah. I just went from up one 2 holes ago to down one going into 18. Happens quick.
Yeah. Anything can happen on 18. We got the island green.
Double island. Sick putt from you. Getting yourself to 9 under par on the round. Really putting together a nice one.
Huge birdie for Levi. Going into the last hole. 1 stroke up on you.
Or are you 10 under par already? You
yeah.
are. You're double digits. Excuse me. My
Looking
man's
to-
in the doubles.
Trying to tie that course record you put down that first round.
Birdie on 18, and you tie that 11.
Yeah.
There's a lot of flags around that basket nowadays.
There's so many flags on this hole.
Yeah. This player's looking to get past the initial road, around the bush. It's a low ceiling shot. You gotta trust that ground play.
And this is how you play the hole off the tee. I love the low release, just a slight hyzer angle. It's well down the fairway. Plays the skip right to left. He set himself up to attack the green. I'm trying to do the same thing.
Big old breath.
Looking for that low release and just coming out a little early. Hoping for something to happen. Get me out of that tree.
There we go. Zeus from Francis. He's going to be right up there.
Yeah, right next to Levi.
Yeah, great
Well
shots
done,
from him.
Francis.
I'm going with that stable D2. And I used about as much height as you're allowed to.
Another magnificent shot.
Get up into a good spot. You, man, it was terrible.
I think if I could have attacked, I would have.
Yeah.
But there was really nothing there, so I'm thinking let's just play some golf, stay on our 2 feet here. And the wind had changed.
Yeah,
It
you
really
got
was almost absent, I feel like.
left or right down is what you had. And that was a dime.
Yeah, just get it to the ground.
I loved it.
So
I loved everything except for you just showed Levi the perfect line to take. It's like, dude, if you could throw one OB for your boy real quick and just make it seem a little smaller.
no. I'm sorry, I wish you would have tapped me on the shoulder and let me know.
That's all in jest, of course. I'm stoked you pimped that one. And if Levi can do the same,
He's not throwing the taco.
dude, if lands early, and look at this. Oh, no. Oh. 6 inches inbounds. And with his meter, you know, he's only going to be 10, 12 feet away from the basket. So at this point, I'm starting to consider what options are available to throw in.
Yeah, you're not ready to just lay up.
Perfect.
Place.
Perfect shot
This
right
was
there.
Great.
Francis.
Yeah.
Great way to end his tournament. It's not the best final round. I'm sure he wanted more, but he held his head high, kept throwing impressive shots, hitting good putts.
Yeah, he had
Can't
a
say
sis-
enough about the kid.
He had a sister on the bag. They were still smiling at the end of the round.
So I'm about to throw the spike hyzer with a left to right tail, and it completely switches to a right to left. So now I'm like, okay, I guess I got to try and forehand this thing into the basket.
At this point, I realized
What I was trying to do.
trying to conjure up a little JC moment.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, and that was just beautiful.
The problem with trying to throw one in is you have to get it pin high to go in the basket.
Never gave it a chance.
That aggravated me a little, missing short like that. I mean, it doesn't even matter if I throw it out of bounds at that point. I have to give the basket a bid. This is for the dub right here. Mr. Stout. Never a doubt.
You can see the excitement on his face. That was huge for him.
Yeah, your 2024 Bottle Lake Open champion. 17-year-old. The future in New Zealand disc golf right there.
Absolutely. He's definitely going to be pushing the game forward down here for a long time.
Banner fell right behind you as
Yeah,
you
the
were about to
wind.
putt. All right, hold on here. I'm trying to shoot my first 1050 rated round of the year. That one matters. Great finish from you, 10 under.
Thank you. I was stoked with my round. I was invested in the battle. I was happy for Levi, but I know you wanted it too.
Yeah.
You played some great golf. I mean,
Thank you, man.
You can't be upset about that.
I'm super stoked for the kid. At the end of the day, this one is it's going to be the jumping off for who knows what kind of career for this guy.
Absolutely.
As upset as I feel right now, I can't miss all those circle one putts and, feel right about grabbing a trophy like that. That was Levi's all the way. Look at that,
That's
man.
blue. It was a great battle, man. I had great seats, and the card energy was great all day.
Yeah, seriously, man.
Yeah.
That's the easiest L I've ever taken in my life. It felt so bad, but at the same time, it felt like it was what was supposed to happen.
We needed a battle. We
Yeah.
produced one.
Yeah. For New Zealand, hope you guys enjoyed it. It's been a pleasure being with you guys. Big thanks to Idio Sports and the PDGA. Big shout out to Jackson Sullivan, jumping up 8 spots.
Big swoop.
Yeah. And there goes that man. Mr. Levi Stout coming out party right here. Thank you guys for joining us. For Tall Paul Oman, I'm Luke Humphries. We'll see you next time on GK Pro.